What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Seán Mean. Seán, how's it going?
I'm good, Conor. Hello, it's me, Seán.
He's saying this because he's going to see Mario after this recording.
Exactly, and I'm very excited to see Mr. It is Mr. Mario, isn't it? They're the Mario brothers.
Is Mario his first or second name?
I think it's both. I think it's Mario Jumpman Mario.
Mario Jumpman Mario?
Yeah, and then it's Luigi Mario is his brother.
Gee, you'd be raged if you were Luigi.
His second child, you know. He's
You're still technically Mr. Mario. Everywhere you go is about him.
That's why they're the Mario brothers. What can I say?
This is weird news, show. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who's been too busy rescuing princesses from castles to look at any weird news. I think it's the kidnapping, castle? Actually, is the official
You're
the official
the one that
line
takes
on
them
that.
To the castle.
I'm Bowser, I think, in this scenario.
I think she'll love me eventually. You just gotta kidnap them enough.
Oh no, retract it immediately, Conor.
Syndrome's great crack.
You don't like it at first, but then it grows on you.
It's growing on me. I'm actually starting to think I'm into it. This is weird news, as we said. If this is your first show, we apologise. If you've been around before, we'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like and review, whatever podcast platform that you're listening to this on. We also have a Patreon, which we did a little post on earlier on today on all the socials. We actually posted on TikTok as well, Seán, finally.
Getting down with the youths.
The kids now know that we are down with them. But we did a bit of a post promoting Green Lantern, which is a movie reviewed over there. That is 2011 Green Lantern, before Ryan Reynolds was cool. Back when
he was still cool. He was just in bad things.
Yeah, he was cool, but he was not. Yeah, he was not surrounded by good projects.
He hadn't yet built the cult of personality that allows him to play himself in every film.
Exactly. So we reviewed Green Lantern to see if it still holds up. If you want to check that out, that link is down below. It's basically, we got like hundreds of movie reviews over there at this stage, and TV reviews and all sorts of stuff. But Seán, we got to get into some weird news this week, because I'm starting off with a headline that just fills me with heartbreak. It's a love story gone wrong. And we wouldn't normally touch on tragedy on this show, but
no, it's usually light and breezy, isn't it?
The most light and most breezy. I wanted nothing but breeze. But Seán, she ran off with 30 pigs. Man trends in China after revealing live-in girlfriend of 4 years disappeared with livestock while he was in hospital.
Okay, that's a play, you know. Like there's money in livestock. So instead of just robbing the man, you take his pigs.
Long con.
Was she in it for the pigs the whole time?
We don't know, but a man in China has recently revealed that his girlfriend of 4 years vanished with his pig herd while he was in hospital. The news story has basically gathered a lot of steam recently, and this man, surnamed Liu, is from the province in southwestern China, and he had a bit of an emotional telling of the story after he discovered his live-in girlfriend of 4 years had vanished with his pigs they had been raising together since last year.
Okay, so the girlfriend of 4 years, the pigs of 1 year.
Yeah.
What's happened in that year?
So we don't know. That's the thing. So he's basically asked what happened, and he shakes his head and he breathes deeply, Seán, and then he tells us all of the tragic love story that we are about to. I want to bring to you, because I want to know how you feel about this and how you would maybe move on with his life. What advice would you give to this man?
First of all, I simply wouldn't move on. I would dwell on this forever.
Forever.
Continue.
Step 1, dwell. Step 2, resentment.
Yes, let it fester.
So he was a widower beforehand, right? So this is back in 2019. Lou, he was a widower, and he met the then divorced woman in 2019. They soon became romantically involved before moving in together. Everything's going well, Sean.
Yeah, it's your standard meet cute story right now.
Exactly. Lou said that despite the occasional disagreement, he thought they had been living happily together all those years. So, I mean, look, as you know how it is, Sean, the occasional disagreement.
I wouldn't know anything about it, Conor. Nice one,
There's like
Sean.
a gun on your back.
Someone just out of frame.
However, when Lou asked her to marry him, she turned him down, right?
Right.
So she tells me that it doesn't matter whether we register for marriage or not, and she doesn't want to do that. And look, I didn't want to force her, because Lou's a nice man.
You know what? Pretty good. Pretty respectful. And you know, what is marriage? I mean, you're engaged. I'm not having this conversation with you.
No, but I understand, like, if someone's not into that, then that's fine. I would have that chat probably before, like, probably very early on, rather than 5 months in.
But I suppose, like, they've both been married before. Like, so maybe it's just like, it's not even, it would just be a thing that they do. Like, it's not like a big one-time life experience for. So
in July of last year, instead of getting married, they decided, well, I don't know if it was at the same time, but I think maybe around the same time, the couple obtained a bank loan of nearly 12 grand, right?
Ooh.
To start a pig breeding business, which Lou said they worked on together.
Okay. So that's an odder discussion than should we get married. Should we buy a load of pigs and make them fuck?
Do you know what I've always wanted to do? Make a load of pigs have sex.
This is like, look, it's not first date conversations. Like, what's your dream job? It's like, no. But 4 years in is too late to bring that shit up.
But imagine the moment when he explains this was my dream job and she goes, no fucking way, my dream job is
you're
also
not
to watch.
Believe this.
You're genuinely not going to believe this, but I fucking love watching pigs have sex.
I don't know if you have to watch them. I think you just let them have it. Like, I don't know what's involved with pig breeding. That's one thing on this show I'm not willing to Google for the first time.
Just your algorithm might actually it might blow up the laptop or a computer at this stage.
I've worked so hard to create an algorithm that's messed up. If I suddenly go into pig breeding, that's all it'll focus on.
Because it's such a strong topic, it overtakes everything else.
It's the blackcurrant dilute of web searches.
What about your Loch Ness Monster searches? They'll be overrun.
They'll be over, and then I'll have Loch Ness monsters having sex with pigs. It'll be a whole messed up thing.
Isn't there a live feed of Loch Ness?
There is.
We're meant to give updates on every single week.
Loch Ness live camera. Here we go.
Because we want to know if he pops up. Imagine if a Wednesday, one random Wednesday was the day at the exact hour that we are recording this episode was the time that little fucker pops his head out of the water.
It could happen. Now, I'm not seeing anything thus far. There's something weird, like there's one white object on the bank across the river, or the loch, excuse me.
Piece of dirt.
And seems there's a new boat that's been parked, or docked, as you might say, in maritime terms. A lot of vans driving past. Loch Ness, very close to a major road, it turns out.
This is what we've learned. So far, all we've learned is he's near a major roadway.
It's true. There's another. Oh, is that? No, that's a mark on my monitor that I'm looking at.
Fuck me, there was a moment there. There was actually a moment.
Something there could have happened, you know. It could have happened.
I was like, we have a scoop. So anyway, right? So with Mr. Lou. So this all changed when Lou actually was in an accident a few months ago, and he broke both his legs. They call it doing a Jeremy Renner, I think is the phrase.
Conor, a man got run over by a trailer.
Fine. He was healed and he's a hero.
He's doing all the interview circuits
he's
now.
Doing loads of. I seen him on was it Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy? Kimmel? He's
one of
fine. He's fine. He's got grey hair, does the lad. Is he bringing out another jazz album? Do you know?
I don't. Maybe eventually. I don't know.
I hope
Connor.
so. I hope
don't know
so,
the man's
man.
innermost thoughts.
He's a talented man, but also doing a render.
I believe that he has a pig breeding business. I would believe it if you told me that.
My best fact about Jeremy Renner is that, you know the way he's broken like all of his bones this time? This isn't the first story I know of that, because when he was doing that movie Tag, didn't he try to
climbed
run
all
up
those
a load of chairs as like a stunt and fell and broke both his arms in the middle of the filming?
It's easy to have happen, you know. Maybe he just has fragile bones.
How many people do you know that have broken both their arms and both their legs?
Orla broke both her arms at separate times.
Yeah, but not at the same accident.
Not at the same time, sure.
Yeah, he's doubling up. He's free in time. How did she do it?
Fell off a horse.
Oh, rough. Twice.
Yeah, twice. Same horse.
I like the idea she fell off once and, oh, fuck, put me back on, and then fell off the farce.
Let me at him again.
So they obtained the loan, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Lou pulls a redder and he breaks his legs, right? And he has to stay in the hospital. He said that basically she told him that she was going to look after the farm. However, he began to get suspicious when she did not visit him. But he believed this was because she was busy running the farm. So she didn't visit her partner of at least 4 years at this point in the hospital because she was busy with the farm.
I don't know. I'd wager you could spare an hour. I don't know how far away the hospital is from the pig fucking
minutes,
farm.
Even just like half an hour, 10 minutes.
Call. Give him a call.
A quick
video
call.
chat. Show him how the pigs are getting on.
Here's one of them. Here's another one. I've lit a few candles. Let's see how it happens.
We only bought 2 pigs. I don't know how long this is going to last.
But we didn't even ask if they like each other. They seem to not. So good stuff.
2 males we bought as well.
Still waiting on the day.
Breeding business not going well, I will say.
So apparently then he was suddenly unable to reach her on the phone, and he felt something was wrong at this point, Sean, while he's in the hospital.
Yeah, his arms and legs are broken.
His arms and legs.
Just his legs.
You don't take my calls, and I don't know why he wrote to her on WeChat. If you see this message, please reply to me. Thank you. He ended it with thank you.
You gotta respect the politeness.
He never received a reply from her, and when he returned home several weeks later, he discovered the reason why, as she had ran off with all 30 pigs. He said the 30 pigs were valued at more than 15 grand, and that the bank loan, combined with the expected surgery fee, had left him in a financial crisis that he doesn't understand.
Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, that's not funny. But hey, a woman stole a load of pigs.
So she stole all of his pigs. But Sean, I don't think I've ever come across a story like this. Is a forbidden love that I don't think we've ever discussed.
It's not even a forbidden love. They were perfectly willing. They were like, the love was fine. It's just that it ran out with a load of pigs. It sounds like.
Do you call the police? But like, what are they going to do?
You do. No, like it's to separate this from the fact that it's pigs. Like if. Say you break up with your partner and then you walk home and like the TV and the PlayStation is gone. You're calling the police about that. You might give a courtesy call to them first, but the police are getting involved.
True, but easier to spot your own TV than it is one of your pigs.
No, surely they're tagged or marked of, you know, there's a brand.
Also, easy to spot the woman with 30 pigs walking behind her.
That's the thing. It's hard to... What's the getaway plan here?
How did she corral 30 pigs to go in the one direction?
One carrot, you know? Carrot and pig stick. There's a phrase.
I mean, she obviously could have just put them in a vehicle, but I don't want that. I want her walking down the road with the 30 of them behind her.
Like leading them out of the... Like out of Egypt kind of a thing. I don't think she's going to get away with this, because what's the plan? Just keep the pigs? You're going to have to sell the pigs. And then it comes to light, where'd you get these pigs from? Well, because if you're breeding pigs, they have to be fucking good pigs, right? You can't be dealing out shitty pigs to all of the marks around town. I'd be breeding the shittiest little pigs. I'd be buying them cheap, making them breed, selling them on for big profit. You're just, because what you're doing there is like, now look, it's kind of a fucked eugenics thing, but you're You're breeding the weakest traits into all of the pigs.
I want only the sick ones.
Give me the runts.
Give me the ones with just the weirdest fucking stuff going on.
See, and that's fucked until a certain point, and then you get those little micro teacup pigs.
I'm trying to develop mutant pigs.
That's mutant pigs.
Yeah, like if you get enough ones with like something wrong with them and they keep breeding, eventually you're going to come across some new DNA that's never been done before.
Lad,
and then you got on your hand a super pig.
I think we're fairly close to knowing all that we can know about pig DNA.
That's what you think. That is what you think until I start breeding some pigs. You just wait, lad. Right? You won't be laughing now when I have a super pig on my hand and you are left with nothing, a shit little farm.
Jesus, an animal farm, you say?
And you bought a farm. I bought a zoo.
We bought a zoo. We bought this zoo. It's full of pigs. It's a pig zoo.
Has anyone ever seen that movie? It's
Animal Farm.
No, not Animal. We bought a zoo.
No, but I love the jokes about we bought a zoo.
Isn't Scarlett Johansson in that movie? With
I don't know who's in any movie.
It's a ridiculous cast for a terrible idea.
We bought a zoo.
I think Scarlett Johansson is the wife and
Matt Damon,
the
Scarlett Johansson, Elle Fanning is there. Thomas Hayden Church popping up. What the fuck?
How did they get these people?
I have no earthly idea. But JB Smoove, we got JB Smoove showing up here.
JB in. Fucking hell. So what do we do with what does Mr. Lou? What's his next action here? What's
the natural predator of the pig?
Yeah. Us?
I miss us.
I mean, we eat a lot of sausages and bacon.
Not me, Conor. I'm a veggie boy. I won't hunt down that pig for sport. What? No, I'm thinking we set a lion after it. I think that's kinder.
Interesting. So you think he should get one lion for all 30 or 30 lions?
No, well, here's the question is how many lions does it take to bring down 30 pigs?
Are you aiming to take down her as well along with the pigs?
No, she has to remain alive to see what she's done.
Okay, so we're going to need a lion who has some sort of self-control, or maybe another animal to control the lion when he's about to kill her. Yeah. So it's like, well, I think the lion has a kill limit, you see, because I think after 30 pigs, we need to find a lion, first of all, and we need to do this in a lab, that once it hits 30 pigs, that's it. It's bored. It's done. It goes to sleep. Bored.
And then we let that...
playing checkers.
Yeah, we let that particular lion loose with one of the sheep's
this is going to take
bits of
years.
wool to sniff him down. Oh yeah,
years.
I'm playing the long game here. Actually,
by the time we get there, the pigs have bred.
It's a breeding farm. Yeah.
It's a breeding. So we need to be 70 of them.
No, hang on, because presumably they didn't buy 30 pigs right out of the gate, right?
It's probably started with 2 or 4.
I would say, yeah, let's even say 4, right? So then we need to extrapolate that in a year they turn 4 into 30. So in the time it takes for us to prepare this lion, how many pigs are there going to be?
So then you're going to have to triple the lion posse because you're going to have triple the pigs.
No, because now the most efficient way of doing this is that you get a lion whose kill limit is, let's say, I don't know, 10. Okay? And then you get a bunch of lions that have a kill limit of 10. And then you just send out as many as you need.
I like how lions have a kill limit.
The kill limit that they won't go past.
He's got the 9. He's like, hang on, I got one more in me.
I have one left, and he's like wiping his brow and shit like that.
He's like the guy from Airplane, just sweat. He's like, oh fucking hell, I'm getting to the limit here. And you're going to have time to develop these in a lab, but every day that passes, she gets stronger. There's another pig born.
That's it, but we're factoring this into the calculations. You know? And then we have a couple of lions that just have a kill limit of 1, you know, so that if there's an odd number at the end, we can just fucking nail that.
They're a bit scared now. Those ones are like, okay, I have 1 in me, but I'm done. I'm retiring after this.
Yeah, one last job. You know, he used to have a 60 kill limit, but then he got tired of it.
We're only hiring in the old guys.
Yeah.
We bring them in the last few years of their contract.
It's the old sick lions, you know, that they still have a bit of mileage.
Now we're back in my area. Sick animals. Yes.
No, we're not breeding them to be sick. They were powerful and then they got sick.
Oh, lads. Okay, all right. I wanted to touch on that because it just made me laugh. But Seán, we're going to have to move on to our next piece of news. And what this also involves animals, but it's a story that fills me with such horror that I felt like you should know it as well.
Oh, dear.
Snakes on a Plane, Seán. You know that movie. What happens if, for example, I'm just going to read this headline. He felt the slither of a venomous snake in the cockpit. He looked down. There was a snake around his leg.
Oh, how did he know it was a venomous snake from the slither?
South Africa, Johannesburg, Seán. I'm just going to give you some
I've seen District 9.
You've seen District. You know. That's the only way you know.
It's my only frame of reference.
I've seen the 2010 World Cup with the Vuvuzelas. I know.
I remember they had a great deal of difficulty editing that out of the sound mix.
They did. That's your one sporting fact.
Hey, look. We're doing our best.
Who won the 2010 World Cup, Seán?
The fans, Conor.
Actually, you know what? The fans won. We all won. Of all the things to go wrong mid-air in the cockpit of a plane, finding a venomous snake under the pilot's seat must surely be one of the worst scenarios. So spare a thought for the South African pilot Rudolf Erasmus. Great name.
Great fucking pilot name.
So he's flying the plane, and then he says, I felt this little cold sensation underneath my shirt where my hip is situated. Well, basically where you've got your little love handles. He told the news.
Oh, Rudolph, how whimsical.
When he looked down, the pilot was surprised to see a highly venomous Cape Cobra under his seat moving up to his shirt.
Okay, let's think about what we do here. I would immediately crash the plane. I want
us all to imagine, what do you do in that situation? You're the pilot. You're flying these people. You're like, oh, that's a weird feeling just at my hip. And you look down and there's a fucking Cape Cobra just there.
I'm going to look up a Cape Cobra, see what this little bastard's about. You would call for help though, surely. Like one of the co-pilot. Is there a co-pilot on this plane?
Just him. It's just him flying it.
Oh, it's a scary looking boy. Oh, it looks like if you were to picture a snake that would kill you. Because it's shaped like a snake, but it also has these things on the side that like bend out.
It's an audio platform.
I'm doing this for your benefit, you dickhead.
What are you seeing? It's got like a massive neck, is what you're saying. A big wide neck goes back in.
Big wide neck, yeah.
He's a big neck boy. I don't know what that's called on a snake. What's that thing called?
Jesus. You keep talking there and I'll find that out for you.
Everyone knows what a cobra looks like. So Erasmus felt the slithering stowaway as he was piloting a private flight from South Africa's Western Cape to the northeastern town of Nelspruit on Monday. As I turned to my left and I looked down, Seán, this is what he's seen, right? So he's flying the plane, he feels his noise, he looks down. I could see the head of the Cape Cobra receding back underneath my seat as I was sitting there.
Oh no. Oh, it's going into hiding now.
Oh Lord. At which point, this is my favourite bit, at which point there was a moment of stunned silence, to be brutally honest.
Yeah, you're not making conversation at that point, are you? It's called flaps on the side of his head. Or a hood.
I could have named them flaps. There's surely a scientific term.
That's what it said that it's called.
Fuck me. David Attenborough's going around calling them flaps.
The hood is like the thing, and they can make it bigger then to fucking make themselves scarier.
Scared. You know? Seán, my question to you is, Erasmus, he's in this situation. What would you do in this situation?
You gotta play dead. You gotta let the snake... What's the best way to deal with the snake? You have to approach him from behind, right? Because you have to sneak up on the snake. No, this is me. I sound like an idiot when I say this, but like I watch people like on YouTube handle snakes, and like you can't just try and grab them from the front. You have to come at them from behind, and then they're grand.
I'm not a snake handler, right? But where clearly on fucking God's green earth, in any sort of logical brain, would be the first step, I'm going to walk head first at this snake and see what happens.
Well, if it would... look, I don't know. But I'm
going to wait till he tries to bite me and then grab him in midair.
Okay, you just do whatever you want, Conor. All right,
I'm just going to die, Sean.
You just rummage your hand around near the snake and see what happens, okay? At least I'm thinking about things.
You're coming up behind them.
Yeah. And then I'm grabbing them and I'm putting them in the glove box of the plane. Because he doesn't, it's not like I can open the window and throw him out. I can't put him back in the cabin with all the passengers.
True.
You know? So I think he's got to just go somewhere. I'm sure there's a little compartment we can pop him in.
Yeah, I like the idea there's a glove box in a plane. Just for all the little files and just like little papers that you don't really like the look of.
Yeah, there's like an old CD like wallet with like a bunch of random
and then
CDs
there's like an old map that nobody's read since 1997.
It's a big fold-out one as well.
Oh, you gotta have the big fold-out one. Sure, that holiday we went on in 1997, I need it, just in case.
I need the full map of Gibraltar at all times.
What if I get lost in Ireland? I'll need to know where Gibraltar is.
Just get me to Gibraltar, I'll be grand from there, lads.
So apparently Erasmus, at this point, if we all thought we were having a bad day, this is his day at work. He then decides to literally not move, go as still as possible, pose no threat, and then he very quietly and lightly turned the light aircraft around and made an emergency landing at the closest airport that he could.
Okay, you know what? That's a pilot thinking right there, because I was absolutely finishing that flight.
I then informed my passengers of what was going on, but everybody remained calm. There's no way on earth that every passenger was like, this is fine. Honestly, I actually think he has it all under control.
Yeah. But do you announce it over the intercom? Being like, hey, listen.
No, because you can't really say anything. Maybe the intercom, but you whisper it.
Sorry, everyone. There's a fucking snake on board.
There's a big fucking fuck off snake.
You're not going to believe this. I don't believe it either. But there's a snake in the sky. You know that movie that you're not allowed to watch on an airplane because it brings too much fear? Yeah. That.
So the Cape Cobra, by the way, which is a head with a head that is hardly set off in the body, reaches a length of up to 5.25 feet and has big eyes. Its bite can kill a person in as little as 1 hour.
Oh, yeah, definitely land then.
Oh, I would not get bitten.
At that point, I'm cracking a window. I don't care that it's a pressurised cabin in the middle of the sky. That snake is going out.
But you're not cracking it for the snake. You're cracking it just to get a bit of wind in because you're overheating.
I'm panicking here now.
You're sweating like.
A bit of fresh air, please.
I was more afraid of what the snake might do. Well, obviously.
Yeah, like it could kill you.
Yeah, luckily I didn't strike anyone. Otherwise, that would have changed or complicated the whole situation, completely underselling what it's done.
This man is very chilled out for a dude who just evaded a snake.
Obviously, the incident has drawn comparisons to the cult 2006 film Snakes on a Plane.
Is this article about to describe all of the actors involved in Snakes on a Plane?
I don't know what you're talking about.
A rough outline of the plot in order to
There's no word limit on this article, Sean, just to let you know.
I just don't think we have to waste everyone's time.
Played by Samuel L. Jackson. Let's loose an expletive-laden tirade. That's 3 words you could have just said. When he discovers the plane he's on, Sean... You're not going to believe this. It's full of venomous snakes, the plane that he's on. And it's pretty good. That's what this situation reminded me of. And so I just, off the top of my head, made up all that whole paragraph, and that is not written down to fill space.
Okay, I would hope not, because otherwise that would be lazy and the death of journalism.
Erasmus says he'd seen the movie some time ago.
Worthless reporting.
So apparently he has been dubbed a complete hero as he saved all the lives on board the flight. However, Sean, this is where I'm going to end this article, which really stood out to me. The snake, since landing, has not been found.
Oh my God. It's a fugitive. It's on the run.
A fugitive snake.
I mean, okay, if that snake had killed the pilot, would that technically be the biggest snake body count in history?
Oh, in one...
Because if the snake killed the pilot, he killed everyone on board.
Yeah, I understand that, but there has to have been a situation sometime where a snake bit somebody who's like flying something or driving something and it all went wrong.
Most snake kills.
Your algorithm is fucked.
I know. Like, and I don't want deadliest snakes. I want individual snake that has killed the most people.
We want to know the biggest badass snake.
Individual snake that has killed the most humans.
Yeah. No,
stop giving me broad stroke
That's
species.
That's just going to give you, like, the snake that has the most venom.
Yeah, literally. There's apparently no research being done on this. There could be a snake serial killer on the
We want the Charles Manson of the snakes. That's what we want.
Or like, and just the Black Manta's a cool fucking snake. Or Black Mamba. The Black Manta's from Aquaman. Black Mamba's a very cool looking snake. The coastal taipan, very cool. Indian cobra, another one. But again, this is team scores here. Is like, this cobra has killed this many people.
It's a team deathmatch. I don't want the team. I want the one individual psychopath
Give
snake.
me a last man standing. What's the best snake?
I'm talking this snake goes out of its fucking way to kill people for no reason. Just for the sheer fucking audacity of it.
There has to be. If someone can find that list for me, please, because I need to know. I need to prepare myself.
What could happen? I'm going to make a prediction that it involves a blimp. There's a blimp being flown and a snake somehow ends up on board.
Blimp? A snake on a blimp?
Snake on a blimp is what I'm thinking.
No.
Yeah.
Connor, if a snake was in any kind of helium or hydrogen risk environment, it would blow up like one of the balloons from Shrek.
That's true. Is that Shrek or Shrek 2?
I think that's Shrek 1. Because he gets a frog that blows into a round balloon, and the snake he turns into a balloon animal dog.
Right. You're dead right, because that's when they're all coming back from the castle, when him and Fiona are having a bit of a bonding montage.
When eels are playing. Yeah.
When eels are playing, yes. Sean, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and I have the most dangerous board game in the world, Monopoly, has taken another 2 people. 2 men hospitalised.
What's the kill count on Monopoly?
We don't know, but probably lots of families. But there's no kill count here. 2 men hospitalised after a game of Monopoly ends in sword fight.
Holy shit. I love this.
A Monopoly game in Brussels turned bloody after an irritated man approached the players with a Japanese samurai sword. Police said the fight erupted at around 5 a.m, Sean. That is
too early.
That means they've been playing it for, I can only assume, all night.
Into the night, yeah.
It's not finished yet. Monopoly has that kind of aura. It might not finish. And then eventually somebody's going to go insane.
Or someone just gets sick of it, is how it usually goes in my house.
And then I win.
Then you implement the rule of, you can rob the bank. And then you can just take all the money out of the bank, you know? And then if no one catches you, that's your money to keep.
Sorry, what?
You can rob the bank.
What rule is this?
If you get sick of it, you can start fucking with people and just rob the bank.
I've never gotten sick of it.
I know you've never gotten sick of Monopoly. I guarantee you fucking love that game and have. I'm going to guess 2 versions of Monopoly.
I will sit and I will play until I win.
No. I couldn't. You get maybe half an hour of decent Monopoly playing out of me.
You were one of the weak ones that I would take all your properties.
Oh, no. But no, Connor, the ADHD takes over and I just don't give a fuck anymore.
But here's the thing, right? I wait. I'm monitoring you. I'm looking at you, right?
Yeah.
I'm checking the minutes on the clock. I'm seeing them go past. I can see you losing interest as it goes on. About an hour in, Sean, I might make you an offer, a bit of a low ball offer. But it'd be a laugh, wouldn't it, if you did it? You'd go, fuck it, I don't really care anymore. Thanks for giving me all these properties. Now I win.
But do you really win though? Because now you're the best person at the table at Monopoly.
Yeah.
Like, is that what you want?
Yeah. That's what I want.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Obviously,
no, that's what does it for you.
Lose?
Go ahead.
Why would I play a game and lose, Sean?
I do a board games club every week, and I was at it last night, and I was chatting with one of the guys, and he was just like, yeah, no, I genuinely don't care if I lose. And I'm like, I'm the same. Like, I'm just happy to be playing a game for a bit.
Yeah, no.
But you're the opposite. You gotta come out on top.
No, if I don't win, I'm giving up. I'm never playing again.
Stupid game. Hate it.
Stupid game. Fuck you.
Didn't you play a Star Wars game once and there's an Order 66 rule or something like that?
Oh, no. that's with me and my friends, yeah. And we told you about this story, actually, I think. I think you were there, yeah. So there's a Risk, right? You know the game of Risk, right?
Familiar.
So they sell a Star Wars version of Risk. And we were like, wouldn't it be a laugh if we played 2v2? And we were like, cool. And at my team, we were winning. Okay, so we played for like an hour and a half, and we had basically taken the whole board. The other team only had like 2 places left. It was coming to an end. There was about 5 minutes probably left in the game. Then all of a sudden, we picked the Jedis, because obviously, and they picked the bad guys.
The Sith.
The Sith. Maybe if you're not familiar with Star Wars. And then there's a little thing in the Star Wars movies called Order 66, which is in episode 3, in which the bad guys decide to just kill all the Jedis in the movie. Now, little did we know...
Well, it's not that they decide to do it, okay? It's been implanted in the clones' heads. Vibe.
But it's a whole plot point, right? And the Jedis get fucked up, right? But little did we know, we were not told that this card existed in the game. We were like, this is easy peasy, we're about to win. And then the owner of the board game, who was on the opposition team,
who knew all of the rules,
our fellow podcast host Conor, who's been on the show, and KETTLE, who hosted one of the Heroes or Zeros with me, he was on my team. Conor pulls out, we do Order 66. I'm like, mate, that's not going to help you. I don't know what that is, but I know you're about to lose. And he said the rules are now we basically get triple the troops of everyone every single time. and they just ended up winning.
What an awful, awful turn.
It was the worst day of my life.
Just a demoralising card pull.
Because it just meant that every round after, I think we got like half the resources and they got triple the resources every time until they won.
Well, now you know how the Jedi felt, Conor. They were the real underdogs after that.
I never played again. I gave up on Risk after that. I was like, I'm never getting involved in that ever
like all
again.
Versions of Risk, not even the Star Wars one.
There was a Game of Thrones one I tried for a little bit, but see, Risk is a fun game because you don't know if you're going to win or not.
That's it, yeah. Like there's a bit of strategy, but ultimately you gotta just take it as it comes.
I'm playing a character, by the way. I'm going to let you in. I actually most of the time don't really give a shit, but it's more funny to act like you just really do.
Yeah. No, that's what breeds comedy on a podcast, you know. And once the veil doesn't slip, it's hilarious.
I'm not a monster.
Oh, look who suddenly needs everyone to like him, Conor.
But seriously, it's not my fault if I always win anyway. I can't be blamed for that, can I?
If I'm class, that's not my problem.
That just comes to me, the victories. So apparently what happened with this board game is the fight erupted around 5 a.m. when a group of 4 people had been playing the board game on the sidewalk outside their house.
What fucking... I mean, that's kind of cool. Like, okay, there's a podcast I listen to called Are You Garbage, right? And there's this segment called Trashy or Classy.
Very you.
Look, it's called Trashy or Classy, and you have to determine whether something, it makes you a piece of trash or if you're a classy individual.
Okay.
Playing Monopoly outside, I think, is quite trashy.
That seems like such a good format that we could steal.
We could absolutely do some of those. We'll call it something different.
Cracker whack.
Cracker
is a whack.
Good crack or send it back.
Oh, good cracker, send it back. Sean, good cracker, send it back. Playing Monopoly outside?
I think send it back, Conor.
Send it back. Okay.
Can't do that shit. It's paper money. It's going to blow away.
You got to put a rock on that.
Do you ever have the Monopoly that has the credit card on it?
I've never done that.
My cousin had it, and I realised that it didn't make a sound. Well, it must have been broken or something, but it didn't make a sound when you push buttons. So I just started adding on an extra zero to all of my shit.
Actually, you played board games every week. Why did they play with you? You are a serial cheater.
No, this I cheat with my cousins, and they were like 7 at the time, and I was, 18.
26.
So, yeah.
You were like getting hot under the collar. One of them was getting too close to winning.
Because I had to make it fun for Seán,
The participants were loud enough to wake up their neighbours, a father and son, who came outside to ask the group to leave. Things quickly became heated between the players and the father and son duo, resulting in the son going back into the house and bringing out a katana sword for defence.
My God. I mean, anytime a katana is brought to any kind of a fight, instantly it changes the vibe.
See, I think, you're confident because it's 4v2, but then once the katana gets introduced, I think you back off. I think that's the end of the fight.
There's no honour, though, in bringing a katana to a fist fight. You're still a fucking loser.
Ironically, there's no honour in the katana, which there should be all the honour in the katana.
No, not when you paid £100 for it from Jeff Bezos, If it's like, look, if it's an ancestral katana that's been passed down, by all means.
Family katana. It's got your logo on it.
But I'd wager in the same estate that someone is playing Monopoly outside at 5 a.m.
Yeah. You probably don't own that katana.
You probably, you probably have a receipt for that.
So apparently then the fight broke out and the blade was used to start trying to defend some people, and some people got hit with a katana. Ultimately, both the son and one of the Monopoly players were wounded and reportedly both taken to the hospital. Who was struck. Basically, they're all still alive.
Good.
Seán.
Still horrendous though.
But I feel like a katana being introduced into a game of Monopoly is a level above what's needed, really.
Yeah, no, like it's. I'm all for flipping the board off the table as a sign of
Once
I'm
again,
done with this,
why
and
did
now
you get
all of you
invited?
are. Because we play real games, Conor.
What did you play this week?
Played Warhammer 40,000, Conor.
And how do you play that on a board game? Is that just very similar to Risk?
It's kinda. You have little troops and you move them around the board and you shoot at each other. And then
that's Risk, is it not?
After the shooting, but you're rolling dice every time for every hit to see how
Risk.
good it is. It's kind of like Risk, actually, isn't it?
It's the exact same.
Exact same as Risk, but there's lore, and
of course,
and you paint all of the little men.
Did you paint them?
Yeah. I paint all of my own little men, Conor.
I got you some for Christmas, didn't I?
Yes, they're built. They're not painted yet.
Oh, right. So you're a bit fucking slow. I'll tell you that now. It's April now.
I've got such a backlog. I've got so much to paint.
Are you doing a shoddy job or a good job?
I'm doing a good job. I'm turning them all into pirates, you see. You got me orcs. So all my orcs are going to be pirates.
How do you turn Warhammer characters into pirates?
There's a whole team of orcs and they're just pirates. That's their gimmick. And then I have a 3D printer and I print little pirate bits for all of them.
Did they have a name?
They're called the Freebooters, but it's ERZ at the end.
Oh, they'd be cool in 2001.
They're pretty cool now, bud.
I think you'll find they're cool now, Conor.
It is such a scam of a hobby, though, because the company sells you unbuilt and unpainted plastic.
Yeah, what do? They just literally mass make billions of pieces, and then they just give them to you, and they're just like, you do the rest.
You put them together and paint them, and then you need maybe 2 rule books to play, and they're 50 quid each.
Fuck off.
Such a scam.
I the one time I played, this is just board games now, but we played Dungeons and Dragons, but I was only 10, and Dungeons and Dragons I find is a game that it's got no structure, and that's its strength. But within its strength is also a weakness for when you're 10 and you need structure. Because I was playing with my friend and we were like, well, what's the rules? And then they were like, well, use your imagination and create a lore and go along with the characters.
You're like, slow down there, Einstein.
We're like, sorry. Where do I put this piece on the board?
Where do you want to move? No, tell me.
Tell me what happens when I throw a tree. I don't know. So we just basically made up our own rules, and I was the rule maker, and I made up a lot of rules that favoured me heavily.
Oh, I would imagine. Well, when you're 10, like, it's all self-preservation, you know?
Because I didn't know if he was winning or losing. So I was just like,
it's just about having fun and telling a story, Conor.
And when you're 10, that doesn't matter. So I was like, my guy kills your guy. I don't know, I rolled a bigger number. So, sorry. What can you do?
That's how Warhammer works, actually. Just roll bigger.
Your guy's dead now. Sorry about that.
My guy has a force field, unfortunately. So,
do you know what we should play?
What?
But I don't know if we couldn't play it online. Baldur's Gate is the one game I think me and you should play because it would be great crack.
That would actually be great. We could figure there's a multiplayer mode for Baldur's Gate.
So there's a local multiplayer on the Xbox One version. I don't know if there's an online multiplayer.
Do I Google this now?
Because we could record that and put that on Patreon.
That would be fucking gas. That would be so much fun.
I would pick the Archer and you would pick, I could only assume, Gimli. And then we would fuck shit up.
Yeah, that'd be me. Baldur's Gate 3 has online
Baldur's
co-op?
Gate 3 is a board game. And also, I think it's PC. Now, I'm not quite read up, but I'm looking at Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, which is the console version of 1 and 2. And those games came out in I'm talking 2001.
Right, there is a Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, which I believe is Baldur's Gate 1, but better graphics, cross-platform multiplayer. So I could play on PC and record it, and you could play on Xbox.
Wait, I feel like we have something on the Patreon that if we get to a certain number of monthly things or patrons, we start uploading content of us just doing random shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because this is the kind of shit that does take time. And also, it takes a lot of hard drive space as well. So,
I just, not even for content, I just think me and you playing would be fun.
Just having a fun time between two friends. Imagine it.
Sometimes when I play them, I'm just like, me and Sean would fuck shit up in this, but also we'd probably die an awful lot.
We might die a little bit, but we would we'd do little voices and have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great. You get really mad at me.
What? Oh yeah, I would. I would. Why are you dying?
'Cause I wanted to explore.
Sean, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and I have Gainesville man, this is from Florida man arrested after running into the woods and then telling police, I ate all the drugs.
Wow.
Gainesville police arrested a man Saturday evening for destroying evidence and possession of a controlled substance. Mitchell Jones, 33, was trespassing an investigation when deputies ran a routine check on him. So he just basically walked onto a different crime scene.
Just rocked up to some different crime, maybe to help out.
Don't worry, officers, I'm here now. I'm not a detective, but I will help. I am Florida man. The check showed Jones has had an outstanding warrant for a narcotics offence. Why would you go anywhere near the crime scene swarming with police if you already had a warrant out for your own arrest?
I think that's about to be answered by what he says when he runs out of the woods, Conor.
Well, Jones began to run away as the police were like, you have a warrant for your arrest. And he ran through the woods and avoided verbal commands to halt. Despite his attempt to resist, officers eventually caught up with Jones, tackled him to the ground, put handcuffs on him, and arrested him. As Jones was being placed into handcuffs, he stated matter-of-factly, I ate all the drugs.
So, well, he's honest? Your Honour, does he get points for being honest?
Now, after restating it, he then said, I ate all the bags. All of the bags that I had on me. Get the bags out of me, he said. He then requested emergency services.
That is a cry for help then. Holy fuck. What was in the bags?
We don't know, but the thing is, when did he eat the bags? He must have eaten them on the run.
He must have had them on him, eaten them in the woods, and then realised, oh no, this is terrible. This could go very, very badly. Question,
why did he not throw them away in the woods?
Because then they'll find them, and then it's evidence. But if he eats them, his body will just digest them.
But you just leave them under like some tree branches or
you want
like
to
some
stash
leaves.
Drugs in the woods? What if a child finds it, Conor?
I don't think at that point he gives a shit what's going to happen. He's just like, get them away from you.
Have you ever seen the Scarlett Johansson film Lucy?
Yes.
Because in Lucy, she gets drug muled, I believe, and then gets punched and all the drugs bust in her stomach, and that lets her unlock 100% of her brain. So this man, I'm thinking the smartest man in the world. I bet he didn't eat those drugs. He's just really smart.
He's doing long division and long multiplication just off the top of his head now.
Is that your frame of reference?
That's the only thing that smart people do, Sean. The only thing that smart people do. Name one other thing that smart people do. You can't.
Fusion.
Sure, yeah. How do you fuse anything? You have to do a bit of division, I'd say, don't you?
No, actually, fusion is the combination of two things, Conor.
Yeah, but how did you work out the mathematics of the schematics of the logical of the the operation?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How'd you get that?
Yeah, what I did is I hired a crack team and they did it for me. Yeah, work harder, not smarter, Conor.
I'm assuming there was a whiteboard that they had to write a bunch of numbers on.
Yeah, but they did all of that. I'm coasting back here. I'm using 100% of my brain. I'm not working.
Imagine being able to access 100% of your brain. You'd go mad.
Yeah, genuinely what I have is too much at the minute. Not in like an I'm smart way. In a no, slow down.
Like at the current moment in 2023, we all have too much going on. That's why everyone's so fucking down. Because there's about 70 screens everywhere.
Yeah, and it's everything everywhere all at once. Great film, terrible way to live your life.
Now imagine if you went 100%.
I think the 100% thing is like, it's bullshit. Like, it's not that we have all of this unused thing. Your body wouldn't evolve like that to just not use 80% of something.
So there must be a reason?
No, it's just that, it's something that Hollywood came up with, that we can only use 20% of our brain. And that has just stuck around. Wasn't there
a film with Bradley Cooper in it?
Limitless.
The exact same.
Really like the film Limitless. It's a very well-made film. Yeah. Same. Yeah, but it came out before Lucy, I think.
Yeah, it came out around the Hangover days when he took pills to make himself 100% brain capacity smart.
Isn't the end of that movie that he uses the pills to make it so that he doesn't need the pills anymore?
Which is the plot of Lucy.
Yeah, but in Lucy she goes back in time to the first and gives sentience to humanity. That's what she does at the end of Lucy.
Oh man, just these movies are terrible. Lucy is, they're good, but they're also they're movies that are good when you're watching them, and then afterwards
the second you have to think about them and actually break them down a bit, it falls apart.
Did she go back in time? How did she go back in time?
Isn't there a sequel or something that they're working on for Lucy?
To Lucy?
Toosey, maybe.
Toosey.
Stanley Toosey. Lucy sequel, Lucy 2. Apparently it's fake news, but apparently also Morgan Freeman is in talks for it. This is according to designerwomen.co.uk and Screen
They
Rant.
do seem like a strong movie source for any sort of movie news. That's where I get all of my movie monthly news.
Well, you've really created a real niche for us there.
It's just nothing but made up stories that they've done.
Yeah, 10% of the brain thing is a myth. So, yeah, Wikipedia says so.
Wikipedia would also never lie.
No, that's true. Apparently it's referenced in Teen Titans Go, this thing. There's an episode where Beast Boy unlocks more of his brain.
Goddamn right. Teen Titans Go was great.
Joe Fall Out Boy were in that.
In Teen Titans Go was in the movie.
Yeah.
Teen Titans Go to the Movies is
That's
the
the
movie.
one. Yeah. Fall Out Boy were in that. Just they pop
way.
up for a bit. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, man. Sean, we're finishing off with naked, greased-up Florida man accused of breaking into 2 homes,
How
jumping
are you
in
going to
pool.
catch him? How are you going to catch him? He jumped into the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He's going to float on water. If it starts raining, it's all over.
A man was arrested Friday morning after he allegedly broke into 2 homes, then tried to evade deputies by jumping in a swimming pool and onto a trampoline, all while naked and completely covered in grease. Deputies said they responded around 2 a.m. to a report of a burglary at a home in Highbanks Road. The suspect, identified as Blake Tuckman, said they said that Tuckman smashed out a window to break into one home, then left and broke into another house. So deputies said they encountered Tuckman at the second house. Body-worn camera video released by the sheriff's office shows Tuckman running from the deputy, jumping in a pool, then climbing out of the pool and jumping onto a trampoline, jumping up and down on the trampoline, then getting off the trampoline, then running away.
I know this is like this man's doing a crime and everything like that. Why the fuck do we have to go to work and other people just get like... Other people are just... This is their fucking Tuesday, like... What's going on? Just a little adventure, like, I don't know.
I don't know if it's an adventure more so than he's doing crimes and he's going to get arrested.
Yeah, but up until that moment, he's having the time of his life, you know?
So you're saying do crimes up until the moment that you get arrested?
I'm not saying do crimes. I'm saying work is a scam.
That is... No, Conor, you misunderstand.
Misunderstand me. It's the system I take umbrage with.
Of course. And so, just even looking at this then, what would you advise moving forward for all of us? Like, you are clearly the wise man here. If work is a scam, what do we do?
Grow food.
Oh.
Garden. And then... Garden. But get some land. Just get some. It's fine. Don't worry about how.
How am I going to afford land?
Well, you got to work for a bit and build up some funds. Then distance yourself from society. You want a good internet connection, though, for the podcast, you know?
Yeah, so how close to a living population would I need to be to get a strong internet?
I'd like to be 10 minutes from the nearest shop.
So, you're really... what you want is you just basically don't want to go to work.
I think that's it, yeah. Actually, you've hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah. And still have money for doing shit.
Heaps of money for doing shit, yeah.
Oh, so much money.
Yeah, so if you could make that happen for me, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay.
Also, for legal reasons, this is a joke.
What are your work going to do? Sue you?
I don't know. Who knows what could happen? After I get all this grease on me, it's anyone's
Breaking
game.
news, man doesn't like doing work.
Breaking news, human yearns for freedom.
He yearns to not go to work. Oh man. In addition to being naked, the sheriff's office said Tuckman, although apparently by Sean's standards having fun, was covered in wheel-bearing grease.
Oh, not bearing grease.
Wheel-bearing grease, peppermint oil and blood.
What the oh, that's stinging. That's going to sting, and he cuts all the peppermint oil.
They believe he may have been under the influence of a substance or substances at the time.
I think that's the safest bet in the world, isn't it?
They said it took 3 professionals to secure him on a stretcher for evaluation.
And he's gone. But how are you going to get all the grease off him? You're going to have to scrub him.
How do you wash grease off?
Sugar soap, generally, is what you would use.
Oh, no, that's going to hurt.
Horrible stuff. But
how do you know?
I used to work in a factory.
Sorry. What age were you at then?
Like, between like 16 and 19.
I love the idea of 17-year-old you coming into the house like, oh fuck, another tough day at the factory, into the sugar shower.
I've got like a little one of the like metal lunch boxes, and I like set it down.
And a 6-pack.
Yeah. Cans. I change into my string vest and boxer shorts.
So he faces charges of 2 counts of occupied burglary, 3 counts of battery. But Sean, Florida man, if he develops some sort of grease-like formula, maybe he'll never be caught again. That's really the thought here.
It's like greased lightning, really, isn't it? Very hard, very quick, very hard to capture.
I think he's became the greased-up deaf guy from Family Guy.
Yeah, I think that's probably where he got the inspiration. But he presumably...
They can't catch what they can't grip.
He got the peppermint oil first, ran out of that fairly quickly, and then just started slapping engine grease on him.
Peppermint oil seems like a poor start to your greased up. Maybe he has to set out a foundation before the grease goes on.
You think the peppermint oil is a good foundation for the...
I can only assume that's what he was thinking.
I mean, I'd rather have 2 greases than 1 grease. If I was to cover myself in grease, I think.
What grease would you choose?
No, I think olive oil. I'll go Greek for my grease.
I think you go olive oil, or no, what I do is the 1 calorie spray. Cut myself in that.
It
ready
takes
to go.
ages to do.
Constantly running out, just keep buying more of them.
You've hooked it up to a pressure washer outside.
Sean, Florida man, I don't know if he develops some sort. If this is how he gets out of crimes, I don't know what we're going to do with him.
Well, we can't catch him. First of all,
we can't. He's jumping in the pool. Like, he's covered in water.
It's going to be tough in summer, I will say. That's going to get hot very quickly, all of that oil.
Sean, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesday. Big shout-outs to all of our amazing patrons over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. And shout-out, of course, go to Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Anonymous Comrade, Viva la Revolution, Waffles, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, You Are the Spark That Will Boil the Kettle That Will Make the Coffee That Will Burn the First Order Down, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Buster, Ed Ball, Lorraine and Conor have swapped the order of their names to purposefully bamboozle Seán. Russ, come on patrons, we've made a great start, but more of us can change these names for Seán Parfit. Jackson Brueheim, Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon, and Ciara Lawler. Thank you all very, 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 very much for the support of the show. We couldn't do it without everyone involved, and we really appreciate it. So head on over there if you want to support us. There is also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @HeroesForHirePod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Seán Meehan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.